Namaste students, myself JVN Brijesh Kumar Yadav, Faculty of Education and Methodology, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University Jaipur. I welcome to all of you in my digital class. Students, I have prepared this lecture for BSc B.Ed ZBC second sem students. Subject name is Botany. Session is Diversity of Cryptogams paper. In diversity of cryptogams, you know that half of the portion we have completed, that was bryophyta, and next half we are running. In that, you remember that on last class we have seen some of the characteristic features of pteridophyta. Okay, in that class we have seen some of the morphological characters, their reproduction. Today students, we are going to take classification of pteridophyta. Okay, as you all know that pteridophyta are known as vascular cryptogams. Cryptogams means those plants which are unable to flower, means they don't flower in their life cycle. Okay, so in that category your fungi, algae, bryophyta and pteridophyta included. Okay, so let's start this classification. This classification has been given by different scientists on different time, but anyhow here I am going to show you that they have accumulated and arranged them accordingly. Almost all of them are quite similar, very minute differences are there. To neglect them, we have prepared here this slide. So on the basis of their morphology, habitat, location, structure, this pteridophyta can be categorized into 4 classes. These are Xylophyta, Lycophyta, Sphenophyta and Pterophyta. Okay, so we'll see them one by one with their morphological structure along with example. So we'll start from Xylophyta. This is most primitive members of group of pteridophyta. They are rootless, so they have only very minute rhizoids-like structure at the place of roots. They are dichotomously branched. They have photosynthetic stem. Although they don't have leaves, they are protostele, homosporous synengium. Most of the examples of this class are fossils. The example of fossils are Rhynia and Horneophyta. This Rhynia is in your syllabus. We'll have to study this Rhynia in detail, which will take them later on. And in living genera, Coelotum is important one. This is also in your syllabus. We'll see it in detail. Okay. Next class is Lycophyta. This Lycophyta is also known as club moss or spike moss. Student, try to understand and remember these common names, because most of the competitive exams they used to ask frequently such type of questions, which group is known as this common name. Okay, so try to remember them, don't avoid them. Morphologically, Lycophyta is differentiated into root, stem, leaves. They are microphyllous. They have protosteles, sometimes sphenosteles also present. Sporophylls aggregate to form strobila or cones. These are the reproductive structure we have seen on last term. Some of them are homosporous. Examples are Selaginella, Lycopodium, and some others are heterosporous. Gametophytes are dependent on sporophytes. A well-known example is Selaginella, which is in your syllabus. Next group is Sphenophyta, which is commonly known as horsetail. Why we are calling them horsetail? This is the question for you. Try to find out the answer and let me know. All of them are fossils in this group, except one genus, that is Equisetum. This Equisetum is also in your syllabus. The plant body is differentiated into root, stem, leaves. Stems are joined with nodes and internodes. This is the clue for horsetail. Okay, why they called as horsetail? They have scaly leaves as seen in whorl around the nodes. Sporangia forming strobilely or cones. They are homosporous, and in diagram you can see them. Next, that is the last pteridophyta, that is known as pterophyta. Okay, they are commonly known as fern. Actual fern are they. Okay, they are most advanced pteridophyta, most widely distributed vascular cryptogams. They are differentiated into root, stem, leaves. Most of them have rhizotomous roots. Leaves microphyllous, called as frond. Young leaves show succinate venation. This is the peculiar character of pteridophyta, which we have discussed in general character. They have variety of steels: protosteel, sphenosteel, or dicotosteel, dictyosteel. Sporangia form sori on abaxial surface of the leaves, sporocarps in Marcellia. Indusium may be true or false. True indusium and false sporoecium also found. Some of them are homosporous and some of them are heterosporous. They have antherozoites which are multiflagellated, and well-known example is pteris. So students, in this way we have seen the classification of pteridophyta. On next turn we will see single genera in detail study. Okay, so we will start from coelotum, that is in your syllabus. Okay, thank you very much student.